Sunday, y'all.
Hi, y'all. I'm still
Clicking things
and moving stuff about to make room for this and that, and
popping out chat and this, that, the other. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. That's how we know that you are here. Welcome. If you see the chat and it's, moving and it's got a little option to hit, where you can type into it, then that means you are live. Yay, welcome.
Oh,
let us know that you're here.
Put my hat on.
Okay.
My hair look
and then, if you do not have access to their chat, that means you are in replay. But thank you for coming back and hanging out and watching. Give those thumbsies upsies no matter what, and then let us know in the comments below that, hey, I'm a replay watcher, and, any other little things that you want to let us know, because we like to hear about that. I'm waiting for her to put her hat on.
I kind of woke up with a mohawk.
Well, and I like it when you have your hat on because the color balance is better, because otherwise you're very
white. Okay. Well,
okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, and then you moved on me a little bit there.
All right. Okay.
See,
how's that?
Wonderful. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
All right. Yes, share this stream, Eddie says. Eddie, man, he's getting all the, teacher's pet points, because he has been sharing like a
champ.
I don't know, who's like he's Santa Claus or Oprah. Those are good sharers. They share things and give out things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's some others. Okay. Participants. Oh, hello, Tegan, and welcome to Powsy Wowsy. See, look, it even did the little thing. See, it did the thing.
Oh, it did.
Did the.
I see the green thing.
Well, no, but did you see it on the little screen there? You'll see it here in a second. You'll see it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look at all of Darcy's little hoop-de-doo things.
Oh, yes, she says, yeah, so if you go out and then come back in, then you'll have access to the emojis. Okay, I'm going to say hello to everybody. We've got Anthony Cody, bartender's daughter, Becky's here. Oh, Becky changed her little thing, I think. Did you change your profile picture? I think you did. Carrie, Charmaine, Christy, Darcy, Darlene, hello. I believe that, Darlene, you've been here before, I think. Maybe in the comments is where I'm thinking, but welcome, either way. Let's see here. Christy Hartman just popped in there, I think, or Charmaine. So we got Charmaine, Christy, Darcy, Darlene, Dawn, Dana, Devin Rex for Art, that's Yolanda, Eddie's here, Erna, Estella, Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda, Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi, Yanka, Jennifer, Laura, Liz, Lydia, Michelle, Mitzi, Panka, Rosemary, K, Henji. Is it Henji? Hedgey. I always want to say Henji. Sandy, Shannon, Silver Grain Eater, Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Star Traveler, that's Linda, Tegan, Tina, Belucci Chungus, that is Cass, Zenjen, and I know some other people popped in there like Robin.
Yeah, there was another one that you didn't.
I think maybe Erna popped in there. Okay, well, give me a little extra pinky hello hands. I'll make sure that I get you helloed. All right, guys, so today, no chicken.
Yeah.
She took the baby to the library yesterday. We're living our lives, and I am so proud of her. I think this
5 hours later. 5 hours later.
They went and had lunch. They made a day of it. It was wonderful. Brad and I cleaned our house, which was in desperate need of such attention. And then, yeah, because we got company coming, y'all.
Yeah, did you tell them we're Thursday?
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to stream next Thursday. Yeah. But we might, if y'all are nice, do that. It's really more if we are able and capable. And
might have a night session.
Yeah, we might have a night session, but, no promises on that. I'm not setting that as a for sure, because I just, we have people coming in and we'll see how it all goes. And it's Halloween. And we ordered some brand new, because we cannot find our spider webs. One of these days, we're going to find them all where we've, Heidi hold them away each year, because there's about 3 of them that we cannot find. And then we'll have spider webs everywhere. But the ones that Brad ordered are huge. He had to wrap them up, because he's like, they're really, really big. I'm like, well, they're not that much bigger. He's like, no, Mom, Daddy had to wrap it up because it goes all the way to the edge of the yard. They're ones that you put on like the gutter and then it comes out. So they are massive. So there you go. That's all that.
Oh, Liz, did we get it sent off?
No, not yet. It has not gone out yet.
Okay. Well, I
Monday.
might add some stuff to it.
There you go.
There was somebody here that you didn't.
Oh, Paula. Hello, Paula.
Did you say hi to Shannon?
And Becky, thanks for noticing. Yes, many changes to her account here on YouTube. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, and you're all in caps. I think that's different. She's like, I'm Becky. Okay.
Hey, Anthony.
I love it.
Did you
living out in the real world?
Yeah,
exactly,
I hope that you watched the rerun because I really gave you lots of kudos on your.
Yeah, and I don't know if you if you did
book.
watch it, and she still wants to have like a little private Zoom with you.
Yeah, I do because
things.
I've got notes and you know how I write in the margins and everything. That's why I can't check out books from the library.
Or if we ever start a second channel,
if we
I
ever
think
start,
Anthony should be our first guest.
I think he should.
I still got to figure out how to get guests on here. That's why we haven't done the other artist interviews. Is because we haven't figured out how to do it.
Oh, with the new system.
Yeah.
Dadgum.
It's probably not complicated. It's not that complicated, but it is one of those things where like it wasn't as easy as the other system, so that it is more complicated.
Well, how do those people that do it all the time do it?
Well, there are various ways. That's the other thing is that it's not just like there's one answer. So we got to figure out which is the right answer and which makes the most sense here. You know, when we're running Apple products, sometimes that has a bearing on it. You know, it's internet based, so it isn't as big of a deal, but sometimes it is. Sometimes you have to download software, and then there's other little things that you have to kind of connect, and then we have to figure that thing out, and then you know set that up on this thing to connect to this thing.
Yeah, well,
before it was they offered it inside the software. You click the little thing, you send them a link, and then boop boop.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
We don't have the boop boop.
Well, maybe they're listening to you, and they'll develop the boop boop.
Oh,
that's a lot more.
It's
a more expensive service. I don't understand it. Hey, we can go topside. I'm looking through my.
So I'm guessing that what Becky is saying is that she now has turned her Becky Bokern into a channel. If one of our lovely mods would like to grab that and pop it into the chat, I think that would be very nice. Are you going to be doing, you know, she does video things already, like with her job, you know. Some of us has like, you know, like jobs out in the world. Becky does. She works at the beach shop. And Abby over there does weekly live streams and things of that nature. And sometimes Becky's on there. She's famous in their parts of the world of the internet. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Topside?
Yeah.
Okay, her paint arrived. Hey, by the way, record time for Blick.
Yeah, wow.
I might be stepping it up, or I don't know, but
for sure.
I was like, oh, it's here. That's crazy.
Here, crochet secrets. All right, so they've got stuff on up to 63% off of markers. And I don't know if they've got the Copic markers.
I haven't seen. Have we heard from Mo? Mo okay? Mo's not in the chat today.
She is not.
I'll check on her. All right, Darcy, Eddie. Y'all are, you gotta grab them links. Eddie did. He put in Becky's. That's good. And then these are, here. Is it the hashtag affiliate? Because or links. Hashtag links. It'll take you to our main page that has all of our links. Like if you want to go directly to Gel Press, we have our Blick links.
Yeah.
And all that there. Yeah.
Now here, these are which one of these markers? You like the creative marker, right? The creative marker sets are 47% off. That's almost half price.
Almost. Half by 3.
I'm rounding it
Maths.
off. It's past 6. It's past 5, and that when you round up, I don't know. I always had a terrible time with that concept. Okay, now here's something that I think is really interesting because I was just reading the little paragraph here. The Derwent Light Fast Color Pencils. I don't know that I've ever had the Light Fast, but I read over here on the ones that I always get, which are the Prismacolors. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Are, what did it say? They are light resistant. Yeah, huh? That's like that watch you dive with that said it was resistant and it quits working after you get out of the water.
There's a difference between waterproof and water resistant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Resistance means if you jumped in, you better get right back out.
Yeah.
It was accidental.
Yeah. Just a wash, a slight splash. These light, fast-colored pencils are designed to combat the effects of UVA light. That's what you want to read.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, it's not like you're doing archival, but it would be really a bummer, if 20 years from now, everything on your paper that you gave to somebody went away. Okay, why do I have this page marked? Oh, needed erasers. 42% off.
And here's the thing.
Dick Blick's needed erasers are
the best.
The best. They
don't
don't
be getting
smell
generic ones because you just don't know what you're going to get, because we've gotten those and then she even sent them back. I mean, this is the lady that will make pretty much anything work, but no, number one, they were stinky and they weird.
Crumbled.
They were weird.
They did not stretch, they crumbled. They were caca-poo-poo.
That's our review of the
yeah, caca-poo-poo. Do not buy
generic.
Do not buy the generic. And I'm telling you what, I bought the
Does it even, is it
Prismacolor makes them too.
Generic is such like an 80s thing.
Is it?
Because now it's really more like if it's off brand.
Oh, is that what they say?
Well, because there's so many brands and so many producers. Was it like generic was basically the first of white labeling, right? I mean, that would be my anyway. That's how my brain works sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, and they've also got
hi, Marguerite.
Pastel sets, both oil and chalk based.
And hi, my nervous habit.
All right. Now, where was I?
Hey,
I was looking over here. The Caran d'Ache. I
don't know if you say that right.
Caran d'Ache. Yeah.
Caran. I want to say Caran d'Ache.
Caran d'Ache. Water resistant. Covering, super cover, and superb light fastness.
Superb.
Superb. Burb.
Suburb.
Oh, it's just reading these books. What? They're
the pigeon ones.
The pigeon books.
Oh, they're great. And she can read them.
She read them in the car.
Here's the funny thing is that baby can actually read better than she reads beyond her confidence. The funny thing is because if it's just like happening out in the world, she reads it no problem. When she's looking at something and kind of having the pressure of it, then she like kind of locks up. But it's really funny because she can read some really like big words and whatnot.
She was reading. What was the word that I asked her about? That we just asked her downstairs.
Store brand. That's right, store brand. The store brand.
And
but y'all remember that from the 80s, like the black and white labels?
High flows, 40% off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Blick, they need to send us a little
thank you. They do.
Commercial. That was like,
That was a 15-minute.
It's funny because we are part of their affiliate program, so they do send me emails saying, hey, we have these things coming up. I'm like, you're acting like we have a marketing department that could like work out some things.
We're still writing about chickens.
Are we?
I am.
Okay.
I did write, but I had another idea, so I'm
mulling that over.
Mulling it over, and I'm
basting
sorry
that
chicken. I
chicken.
spent that time because I can't use anything I wrote, and I don't want to because I've got a whole new idea of where this is going.
Okay, stay tuned, y'all. This is kind of like when like a show back in the day would kind of go on like a mid-season break, and then they start playing like the replays and stuff, and you're like, I've seen that. When is the new stuff coming out? And then you have to wait until the season comes back. Yeah, that's what that's where we're at with the chickens, y'all.
It is, and I just I feel like there's different ways to go here, and I think I've finally decided on. All right, now see this? How this is like this? If you want to do these as flop offs, you need to take care of this business right now because they can really mess up your flop off. And you saw me the other day how
She struggled and she had to grab a different one.
A different one because I couldn't make that one work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just do this ahead of time, you're going to be a lot happier with that. All right, so what am I talking about here today?
Carrie says if the chickens keep going, you're going to have to bring in some turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. He didn't say Thanksgiving, but, you know.
Yeah, we might have some
There'll be a
cross flock conversations.
Or just like with any good story or, you know, cartoon or whatever. I was telling Izzy because who was it that came out with a Halloween one? They did the Thriller. Oh, Sing. And so they did a special little just Thriller video, but the Sing characters.
I don't know.
I love that. Oh my God. And one of my most favorite Tumble Leafs is that whole
I love
Halloween one.
Leaf.
I love the Halloween ones the best. But a good Christmas one too. Usually Christmas ones make me cry. Halloween keeps me happy.
Mariah cries at commercials. Absolutely the most ridiculous thing ever.
It is.
But we've decided she's a highly sensitive, and that is a categorization of
legit.
Yeah, she's way up here. I'm kind of down here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's what I wrote down on a piece of scrap paper. I didn't even write it down in my journal. I don't know why I do.
Oh my God! Here we go. So sorry, because it's getting good. We got it. You know, if it's good, we got to bring it in.
Absolutely. Right. I'm not upset about that.
Okay, and then maybe a Christmas goose or two. So what it could be is just a whole holiday running afoul, and all.
Bringing in that.
I'm gonna write that down.
Turkeys and the Christmas goose.
Running afoul. Hey, and I've been working on some new T-shirt ideas, but nothing's like sticking that I love. Sometimes, like when you get the words together, so it's not about like the cool statement. Like there's great statement, but then the typography of it, can I make it work? That's important to me.
So really, you're saying you need to distill it down to a few words.
And then how do they block together? And sometimes, because this is a very much like my style. I really love it. It's kind of a spinoff from, you know, the Bauhaus style. Number one, I just like those fonts particularly. I am not a super duper fan of serif fonts. This is just who I am as a graphic designer type person. Just so y'all know.
And I like them.
She likes serifed fonts. I do not.
That's why she doesn't like my calligraphy.
I love a Helvetica, Arial, you know.
She wants it clean.
I do.
Mean.
And then I want to be able to stack.
Not in between.
Right. And then I want to be able to stack them.
Clean, mean, not in between.
Okay, I'm going to write that one down too.
Because I already visualized that blocked out.
Nothing in between. And then also, can I turn those words into something that's a little more Texan? Because I think that fits our brand. Y'all and fixin', and you know, and where do I drop the apostrophe in, or is it just an en, or is it, you know, in? You know, how am I going to do that? And so that way people know that that's what I meant to do versus, oh, good God, I don't know if that girl knows how to spell.
I can remember when we first moved to Texas, and there was this one young lady in my boutique class, and she was my boutique partner, Melissa. I'll never forget her. God, she's a hot mess. But she was just so much fun because she just made you, she didn't mean to make you laugh, but she would say things that were just hysterical. One thing one of her phrases was, "I'm a fixin' to."
Mm-hmm.
And I had never heard that before. That was the first time. I said, "Can you explain exactly what that means in terms of action?" And she said, she just looked at me like, you know, I'm about to do something, you know, I'm fixing to.
Yeah.
I'm getting all the parts together here.
Like, how would you not know that? It's
but
like because we didn't grow up in Texas.
We didn't speak Texan at the time. There's a whole lot of other little funny things of it. I'm a fixing to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm a fixing to tell you about what I'm going to talk about today here. Okay. So I found these prints, and the one that started this all off, here, it was this one. Remember we talked about this one. It was a flop off, and you can see the places out here. I'll use Izzy's pencil. She'll see her little pencil that she brought me. I thought that was really sweet that she shared this with me, because I know she really loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you can see here where it has not covered all, it hasn't made a good strong line. Then you can see over here where it did. Well, you've got to say to yourself, okay, what's going on here? And I don't really mind it, but I think it's something to be aware of and to know that you can, there are things that you can do to make that better if you want to. And that's what we're going to talk about and do today. Part of the reason is when I was doing these pull-offs, and I hope you can see this. Remember, these were the long haul pull-offs.
Mm-hmm.
I have actual texture here.
Yeah.
I can feel the design of the stencil.
And what's funny is a lot of times, especially those more opaque paints, really will give you that extra. I dare to say loft, because to me, loft is really, you should reserve that for
actual bumpy.
True.
Above the surface.
Right. There should be a measurement attributed to
yes,
that. But it's in microns.
Exactitude is everything.
Right. Microns is what we're talking here.
Micron.
This would be super measured in microns.
Okay. But. So my basic is if I can feel it, if I shut my eyes and I can feel it, do the Braille test. If you can feel it, it's probably not going to be a good one for a flop off.
Because it's just, again, you're creating that, it's kind of like whenever we say not to stack a stencil, meaning, or masks. A lot of times it's the mask. Like if you're making a cool layout thing and then you overlap them, it's just going to cause you problems. Similar to any type of layered up print, if there's that little extra, bit of texture there, you're not going to get the
crispness. That's the word I wanted to come up with.
There we go.
I just now thought the crispness of the line. Okay?
Not Christmas. Crispness.
Crispness. Like this one. And when you feel this is smooth. And it's a very, what do I want to say? Very matte texture to it. Very matte patina to it. Okay, and you can see on this one, and you see the shiny? Am I in the right spot here? And I just about guarantee you that
when did you do that one?
A long time ago, but it was at the bottom of the pile, and I want to do something else with it, with the stencils that you made for me.
Did I cut you 2 of them or 1?
You just cut 1. I just need 1.
Okay.
And then remember this.
Bye, Charmaine. Thanks for hanging.
I wanted to show this again, just as a reminder, don't throw away your craft paper, your scrapbook paper, or
that
whatever.
One's so cool.
Because you can make some fantastic...
What she means is scrapbook paper.
Yeah. Scrapbook, not scrap.
Not crap.
And not crap.
But you should keep all that, too.
Yeah, you should keep all that, too, just for, jolly ho-hos. Okay. Yeah, that. All right, so here's my synopsis. What comes next, okay? If it's smooth, these are just general guidelines, okay? If it's smooth, put onto the stencil, which is on the gel plate. Now, that being said, if there are multiple layers of paint already on the paper, creating a stiffer surface, you can't smush it down in there because it's just going to do this. So if you have a pliable paper, that you can suck it down in there. That's what you're looking for there. Okay. Wrinkled. Depends totally on the pliability of the paper. If you wrinkle some really stiff paper and you want to get that print, pull that print up, probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Bumpy. Okay, this is talking about the texture. As the pattern or design of the previous application of paint. When testing, run fingers across the print. Can you feel the design? Probably the least desirable condition for either a flop off or a direct placement over the stencil on the plate. This would be the time that you actually do a pickup off the plate, because then you can take your baron and you can bear down. Bear down on the baron.
Bear witness.
Absolutely. Now we're going to do some of that. Hopefully we're going to do some of that. Oh, I forgot to tell you. The Speedball Brayers.
Over
what did I say? 40% off?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. The 20 $26 brayer is now on sale for like 18 something.
Mm-hmm.
The 6-incher, which I don't have. I actually like the 4-inch the best.
Yeah.
I really honestly do, because I can, when you get to the bigger ones, a lot of times they're going to leave.
It's harder to get that even pressure on.
Even pressure, thank you. It is really, and this one here, or the 3-inch. I do like the 3-inch also. I have it on the cart here with a toilet paper roll.
Oh, I think, have you guys had the time change in Europe? That's probably some of the folks are saying.
Oh.
And see, in our time change happens, I think, in November this year, which is a little weird. But, I mean, that's not totally off, but usually it happens in October.
All right, let's get some stuff off here.
Oh, tomorrow is Brad and I's wedding anniversary.
Oh, well, happy anniversry. Look at y'all. Still married.
I was just looking at the date.
What number is it?
So this is 2024, so this will be 24 years. We got married in 2000. Makes things easy.
Gosh, you should remember that. You should have your kids in an OO.
You should really make that happen.
You should really make that happen. Okay, now remember this is the Jack Richardson lightweight paper.
Jack Richardson printmaking paper in the lighter weight would be the yeah. That's what she wanted to say. Thank you guys.
That's what I wanted to say. I think. And did y'all know that was what I was trying to say?
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if yes, that maybe is where Mo is at. Okay, that makes sense. As far as the time change, yes, they had their time change last night.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you, and hello, Mark. And hello to everybody that's coming in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. If you're watching in replay, no worries. Still give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't. In fact, there's quite a few of y'all that haven't. If you would be so kind. And if you want to be extra special and share this stream, we would be extra excited. Hey, Monroe.
Hey, Monroe. I've been doing my exercises. But I think I'm almost back to...
Well, you should still do them just because it's like an upkeep kind of thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The more you move, the more likely you are to keep moving.
This is true. And I noticed I've been walking a lot lately, not because I want to, because I've had to go places.
Made her go places.
Make me go places.
She's really resistant.
Okay, now did you see what happened out?
She's not walk-proof, but, you know.
All right, do you see what happened out there? Where is that little booger? See that?
Yes. I like it.
I can glue it down.
And I like the smudgy business that's happening.
I do too. It just lets people know that this isn't something that you got at Walmart.
Well, it's not scrapbook paper.
I think it's a super nice print.
Thank y'all. That's super sweet.
It's pretty heavy duty. Remember, it's got like
bonsoir.
1, 2, 3 layers. I think.
Hey, Belinda. Ooh, ice cream, Anina. And hello, Anina. She says it reminds her of ice cream. It does have kind of an ice creamy feel to it.
Yeah.
I was watching this, so there's all these people that are renovating French chateaus, which I'm just like, I love the idea of this. But seriously, you have to have some massive amounts of money, skill set, ability to like find the right people to be able to, if you want to properly do it and whatnot. And some of them are in various disrepair. Some are okay, like just need some like major interior stuff. Some need like walls built and like floors made and things like that. Like major stuff. But the one of them that I was watching, the guy was like, we're going to try to honor as much original things as they come across. Like, if they find the paint color on the walls and things like that. And so one of them, he's like, so we're pretty sure that the ceiling was kind of this brown and pink color. He's like, yeah, we're probably not going to honor that. He's like, I just can't fit that into the color scheme. I was like, I don't know. I mean, okay. What color of brown? What color of pink? This matters.
Now there's. I'm gonna roll this backwards right now so that I can actually, get it all in the. because it's really a fabulous.
Oh, Pia, no, all of these are folks from Britain, basically, that have gone to France. I'm sure that the French are just, I don't know. I wonder how the French feel about that. All these Brits coming in to, you know, rebuild the chateaus.
Well, they don't. I read an article that the French don't like to get excited about anything because it's just considered to be faux pas.
Oh. Okay. See, Americans get excited about all kinds of things.
We get excited. They say it's only to do with sex, and when people bring that up, it's embarrassing because, you know, they don't want to. But I'll tell you what, all of the shows that I watch, they're the Frenchy kind of thing. There's a whole lot of that going on.
But it's more accepted.
Well, they don't
need to talk about it because they're just kind of like, you know, it's fine. It's like what you're doing.
Okay.
See, that's why.
I guess so.
Anyway, there you guys go.
Yeah.
Check this print out.
Yeah, check this print out. Can you see it?
What are we? Oh, the little bits of sparkle. Yes.
Remember, this is a pickup print.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, it had some pink residuals there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this little spot right down here. Isn't that wonderful? It's actually, it's a lump of something that was on the plate. Probably still a lump there. Where was that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway,
lava.
I love this. I love everything about it. Yeah. All righty. Now, we'll clean this up later. I just want to get them all pulled off of here. And then we can start doing some remediation. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I kept the edges cleaned up pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
I think I'm going to have any tearing problems here. Hopefully not. Well, I'm sorry. Be careful about what you say.
Should have waited.
Should have waited. Should have, would have, could have.
That is a good song. Love this one. This is the one where I was like, I wasn't sure what, like, I wasn't happy about your decision, but then, you know, it was good. And this sort of proves a little bit about that whole, you're going to get this speckledy business that stays back on the plate when you're kind of going paint to paint. That's some of what P was talking about earlier on with her, you know, the written out little things to keep in mind.
Yeah.
But that is a cool effect. But I think it's good for people not to understand. No worries, Marcia. I was going to wait until I saw you in the chat, but Marcia sent me a belated birthday, which it really wasn't all that belated. But thank you very much. I absolutely look at these earrings and a little bracelet. Izzy was like, "Oh, that's nice." And I was like, "It's mine."
Oh, you could share with her, but the problem was...
And I'll show the rest stuff tomorrow, because it's a little box, and I'll have the camera over here. I'll show the
other I know, I love it, because they're very Matisse-y.
Yes, love them.
And then they're sparkly.
Yes.
And
Marcia knows me.
Yes, she does. And the back side of them is cool, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's totally different, like you could turn it around.
And they're such a great length.
Yeah. Because with her hair, she has to have them longer. That's what she's stolen all of my earrings that hang down.
The long, dangly ones.
All right. Now, why does this work so well, I think? And it was totally...
it was just one of those moments where you grabbed, I think, that...
See all these little places out here that didn't get covered up? That's where the turquoise is showing through. You can't predict that, folks.
No.
You really can't. I mean, you could actually put something down on your plate. You know, little dots of whatever, you know, hither and yon, if you want to do something like that. But that's why those are still showing up. And probably it's because that paint that I used there, when you go paint to paint, remember we talk about that, you can't always get a clean pickup, and that's the case here. Because you can see some places, see where it did.
Yeah.
That's what it would all look like. But you have these little bright turquoise spots intermittently.
Well, and those could be, again, because it is so layered that there's just going to be instances where some paint stays and some paint doesn't. One thing that you can remember is that if it is paint to paint, you're going to have resistance somewhere. It is not going to, very rarely would it be, if you were going paint to paint, a crispness situation.
True that. Unless it's a totally, totally smooth layer of paint that doesn't have any texture at all to it.
But most likely that's not going to happen, because even off of the gel plate, because there's that, you know, that section that happens, and that's why it's cool. You know, that is one of the things that you go, oh, that's a gel print, because, you know, you get that effect. That pulling off of the paint, it in itself creates a texture.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, that was interesting. Go ahead. Another one here.
Oh, that's a good call, Eddie. He says this print would look good under the Wicked Windows Tracery Gothic. She doesn't remember what that one is. I don't know what that is. Oh my God. So she came down and was asking for a specific stencil. And we were going through it, and I'm like, okay, can you just show me the stencil?
You know, it's the one that has the circles.
I don't know if y'all know this, but we have quite a few have circles, and some of them aren't even necessarily categorized.
As this one was not.
Well, it didn't have it in the name, circles.
Well, I think it should.
It's under geometric. But I guess maybe we should just have a little subcategory of all things circular.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Because I think that would lead people, you know, because I would have had a hard time finding that.
Yeah. That is true. I knew what it was as soon as she showed it to me. But not everybody has to.
No. Just trying to get as much off here with this one piece of tape as I possibly.
And then Darcy says Oriental Lattice is a good one too. Mm-hmm. Darcy loves that stencil.
I think it's really interesting how different, you know, and a lot of time I don't remember what I have. Yeah, shocker.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard for me to go over here to my thing and find it because I don't know what I wrote down. But what I did finally do is I did what Mariah just said. I put a whole folder that just has, pardon me, circles.
It always makes me chuckle when people say, oh, well, how do you store your stencils? I don't like to offer up hers as any kind of, you know, great solution because really, we haven't met it yet. I will say this. Carrie Griffiths, many of y'all know Carrie, but if you don't, you need to go over and check out his channel. But he has a wonderful storage system. Like if you are now you have to be more, what am I trying to say?
It helps
committed.
Yeah.
And
it also helps if you start doing this when you start collecting them.
Yes.
Because if you have, you know, 65 stencils and you do this is like Mariah said, you need to be really committed. Otherwise, you won't make it.
Right. And be willing to stay with it.
Yes, and as you go along, and that's part of my problem
yes.
too. That's future commitment. I see what you're saying because I admit I don't have that.
No.
I'm just trying to get some of these off of here that are big and bumpy. Some of them I don't really care if they're still there.
Well, and I like what Carrie, number one, Carrie's books are just, they're kind of like working journals because he made them pretty. That in itself I love because not only, you know, when storage is functional, that's obviously step one. That's what storage should be. But when storage is functional and aesthetically pleasing, that's next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of mine are bag and tag it.
She is. And living out of that pile.
I just grab whatever's handy.
She's a pile mover.
I'm a pile mover. All right. Now here, this is it. What's this called, Mariah?
Orbital Bliss.
Thank you.
By Brad.
Orbital Bliss. All right,
Yes.
boy, that hops right to front of my mind. Orbital Bliss.
Well, you know, I mean, you can only name so many circular stencil, something circular, and then, you know, the folders that, because we do, you know, when we know something's popular, we try to keep a couple in inventory, or especially like when we're cutting 5x7s, you know, they're 2 up. So
I
have
would say
folders.
directional circles.
That's what you would call it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Gradient directional circles.
Okay.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do here, and I pull that back up because it's really important.
There's a stamp that goes with this too. She didn't like it. It was too big for her.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then you cut it up. And then I have a piece of it, I think, and then I sent off a piece. Or I may have sent off both pieces.
What you sending off my pieces for?
Because you didn't want it anymore, because you were being all poo-poo about it. And I was like, you know what?
Oh, whatever. That's not how I remember that
I know.
happening. But, you know, so much of the time that happens. Okay, I've got 2 other stencils that I want to use today, too.
We've done that before, Becky.
What?
That's how the twirly teardrops of on celestial snowshoes happen.
Oh, Lord. I don't even know what that means. Hurts my brain to even try to conjure that up into the deep recesses
See,
of
Becky,
my memory. I'm swimming around in it, but it isn't coming up. Okay.
Becky calls aqueous effervescent soda pop.
Soda pop. I see, and I can remember aqueous effervescence. It's just because that really...
That's a good one.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Bubble, bubble, bubble.
I think we also, you know, reached out to you for advice on what to name it.
Well, that's true. They haven't consulted me lately. My feelings are a little bit hurt because I haven't been consulted on things.
We haven't had any new designs. It's not about consulting you. It's really about, I mean, the skeletons were I mean, that one wasn't like a, and that's Brad.
Okay. Now, I've got to get my head into this.
Okay.
Right now. And
Okay.
I don't need any more of that.
Yammer yammer.
I don't need any more yammer yammer talky because I have to focus.
Okay.
I think Van sent me this thing about ADD people and being easily distracted, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not being able to focus.
There are different forms of ADHD.
Well, I think I'm on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, totally. 100%.
And it, now that they, at least according to this one article, I have not resourced this out to see if there are other people that are saying the same thing. So I haven't checked the sources. That's what I want to say. But now they're finding that it is definitely a lack of a certain kind of, I don't know, mineral vitamin that you can, supplement that you can take that will
help.
Yeah, will help with that. So, you know.
There you go.
I don't, now, like I said, I have not looked it up. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, remember the ones that I told you about the flop-off business on? Okay, so which one do we...
Oh, and Becky's a stamp, and it's going to come out Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow. Because I'm still doing my little black and white book thing, my zine deal.
Okay, I'm really feeling this one because this is fairly smooth. I mean, it's not like totally. I can still feel some little bumpy business going on there. That one is too. Don't want to use that.
Hi, Yolanda.
Okay, so this is going to be our flop off. Now I need to get my bridge table going here because I'm going to use some, and I am going to use open paints. Those give me a longer time to fiddle-faddle around and, you know, make some decisions that I haven't made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my prints out over here so I can see them and be able to,
hey, Susie,
you know, reach out and grab them, because this is the one I want to put down. This is not the one I'm going to go put, pick up this. Okay? And actually what I'm going to do to probably get that, let's just grab some of these.
Susie's here.
Susie!
With Matt.
Oh, with Maxwell.
Matt.
Oh, with Matt.
Father of Maxwell.
Hi, Matt. Oh, that's so good. I know you all are eating that yummy stuff that Susie fixed. Some kind of brisket or, anyway, meat.
She can't have that.
Yeah, I'm kind of off on that. All right, let's just take one of these. Okay, here, this is going to be a good one. But it's, even though it has that funky stuff going on there, it's still fairly smooth. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to pick it up with.
Okay.
Okay? Everybody on board here.
Enough talky. Let's get to Arty.
Okay, no more talky. Now we got to decide on a color here.
She got her new paints.
I got new paints. But I'm not going to use any of those.
No. None?
Well, not right now.
Okay.
And I should
Hi, Heather.
I should say what I did with my white. Okay, so I got a new white. Just had a little tiny bit down at the bottom here. And these are the ones you want to keep shaking them really good.
They got balls, shake them.
If they've got balls, the reason
There's a reason.
Yeah. And kind of what happened here is I don't think I shook my other one quite enough. But what I did is I just added some more airbrush medium. So now
She's on bottle 2 of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
She's a fan.
I'm a big fan. So I just made this even more because you can see it's semi-transparent white.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Yes. I love the
So I even made it. So now it's going to be like filmy.
Yes. Let's see it. Hey, it's been foggy here today. That reminded me.
Who?
It's been foggy today.
Foggy. Yeah. And
normally
it smells
lifts, but
I don't know why it smells really good outside, but it smells really good.
Don't you sneeze.
My nose is itching and I'm feeling like I'm going to start.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay. I'm going to go with something kind of weird here.
Okay.
Weird color. Okay. This says it's not open, but I suspect that it is.
It did not indicate it on the label.
It did not indicate it on the label, and I trusted the label, and after I've used it for a while, I'm kind of having the feeling that it's not.
Remember, these are from the seconds program that we went through Golden, and they sent us a bunch of things that had these blue labels, and so sometimes the labels are covered up, and we also suspect that maybe they were like testers, and
so. Yeah, because it doesn't say on here.
All right, Yolanda, no worries.
But anyway, I don't really care. I love this red, and sometimes I like this red because it's, when you use it with something else, it makes the colors next to it seem more
vibrant.
And I just think this has kind of lost it in its vibrancy. It's just kind of I'm hoping to pick up a little more excitement.
And then, like, in graphic design, really what she wants to do is bump up the saturation, or what she would call chroma.
Yes. I want to get some excitement back in there because I think I've gone too much the other way. What are you laughing about?
Paula has said that she has plumped the cushion in the naughty chair, and she's hung the fairy lights.
Well, she's becoming festive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love these circles because I can put my fingers in there.
Yes, this is a good hanger-oner.
That's a good hanger-oner. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good about this because number one, it is a new stencil, but well, I said that.
Wow.
Uh-oh. No, I just needed to get a hold of it.
I was gonna say, and it's fairly humid, like with the whole fog thing outside. There is humidity.
Okay, not quite what I wanted, but I'm okay with it for right now. And I'm going to do a rub off also. But let's get down. What I do with my.
And so, what color of red is this again?
Naphthol.
Naphthol.
Naphthol red. Okay, I'm just going to be really careful about where I put my papers before I have to clean up that edge.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
We don't have much luck with that, Susan. She's asked if we've layered 2 stencils at once and then done the brayering.
We talked. Mariah addressed that kind of earlier. The problem is it seeps under where they overlap.
Yeah, or it blocks out in ways that you're like, oh man, it's very noticeable because you have such a serious, mask in that particular area, depending on, again, it's like, where's the layer of paint versus how you're layering them. Not that it can't be done, it's just, it's a certain...
Yeah, and the way I really discovered that was when we were laying down the masks.
Butterflies.
And the flowers.
And the dragonflies.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I love this. This worked out like I wanted it to work out.
That's what she wanted.
That's what I wanted.
I love how it's like, in the big circles, it really makes it look like those, when they do the zoom in circles. I used to do that all the time in magazine, or in the catalog work that we used to do.
Okay, gotta find. See, this is kind of nice because I've got time to really, muck about here. Let's try this to pick up some of these.
Oh yes, that'll be good. A very 70s vibe. I almost wore my Grandma Frances polyester little shirt today, almost. But I wanted to wear the stuff that goes. Although I don't know. I think these earrings are kind of like they go with everything.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's just neutral.
Yeah. But it's sleeveless, so I think what I will do is once it gets wintry, and it has like a upper collar thing, which sort of drives me crazy because it's polyester, and I'm very sensitive to that whole feeling. I don't like it. It rubs my neck. So it needs to be worn over one of my softer, tighter turtlenecks. There you go. That's awesome. That reminds me of kind of a start to some of the collages that you've done in the past. Like that's a good vibe of like where you usually take a collage.
Good point. I'm thinking of the same collage, I think.
Like with in fact, Dana, who's here, owns one of those collages. It was done like with the tomatoes and then the graffitis. Actually, Dana, I think, owns maybe more than one of those.
Oh, here, this is the one where I was testing.
Hey, Margie.
Testing markers. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, I just want to get it down here because I'm going to do a rub off on it.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a more open paint because you saw it was sort of sitting over there. Our humidity is pretty decent today, but still, with a regular paint, it would have been too dry to even come back with the wet wipe. And this does work best with the wet wipe. Especially the high tensile strength ones.
Yeah, not the fuzzy ones.
Not those, because they break apart. And definitely not flushable. We're connoisseurs of baby wipes. We know which ones work the best.
Yeah.
For whatever situation.
And smell is a factor too.
Smell is a big factor. Some of them with their weird fragrances, I don't really.
Didn't we decide we like this cucumber thing?
Yeah, I like those the best.
Initially I was like, oh God, you got to be kidding me. That's going to be pukey. But it's turned out to be the one.
Hi, Flora.
Now, what you can do here is, you know, where you've got it, where you started out and you didn't have quite enough paint to be moving it around. You can come back and you can hit those again.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that sometimes you don't want a really juicy. And this one was because the door had been left open on my wife's.
Sometimes it's nice to have it sort of half dry, half wet, where it's not all like, you know, drippy.
And slipping under.
Yeah. So maybe if it is that way, like if you know you're going to do some rub-offs, pull out the wipe, let it kind of air dry a little bit, and then it'll be the right amount of wetness. That was the best way to have that conversation.
Now look how cool that is.
So, if you're cleaning up your studio, and you know, I'm pretty sure that a majority of y'all have these bins or these drawers, or there's some kind of collection of markers of questionable dryness. Then what you do is you just take a little afternoon, or, you know, a little 30-40 minutes, go through them all, and do the scribble test.
And then you've got a lovely background.
And now some of those can actually be rejuvenated. Some of those markers, if they are water ones, you can actually...
Really?
Yeah, you can soak it. Well, and some people soak them even in, like...
I'm cleaning up my brayer if you wonder what I'm doing over here, because I left it. Okay, I would say this paint is, it's not totally, it's not totally open.
Right, it's because it's kind of in between.
It certainly is, because the reason I'm having to clean up my brayer is because I couldn't get it to, you know, I didn't brayer it off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how much I got. Okay. I think that is really looks cool.
Yes, and alcohol ink markers can be brought back. Like, you can put them in a little, you know, you pour some alcohol ink, or rubbing alcohol into a vessel of some sort. Put the nib down in there, and I think a lot of times it will soak it up. And if they're the two-ender things, then you kind of lay them flat, or, you know, turn them back the other way, so it's sort of, you know, you kind of switch it back and forth. Seen that, I think. The other thing that you can do, like with the water, like the water-based markers, you can put them in a little vessel of water. I would do distilled water because, again, after a while, sometimes things get a little funky and weird, depending on like what's in your water and what's mixing up and whatever. Anyway, just a little side note there. Just trying to help you out. And we know because we've got sprays that smell like weird things.
What I'm going to do here, and it will alter the red. But I've mixed this with the airbrush medium, and I'm hoping that I can, you know, just make it a little bit more finished. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
But I have a whole new thing of this, so I can relegate this to the mixed with airbrush medium category.
You also have a little one over here.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, so it's mixed with the airbrush medium, and remember what that does. Right? Everybody's on board with me there? It's just making it more transparent. And what it does also with the high flows, if you do have any color that is still ever so slightly, you can see what's happening here. Right?
Yeah. Activating.
It's reactivating.
Resolubilizing.
Resolubilizing.
Is that right? Is it
another way of saying that?
Or just solubilize? Well, it resoluble. It was solid and then it was solubilized. Words, y'all.
Words. Okay, I'm remembering to, give my brayer a rubby
Your
dub.
brayer's looking very interesting.
It's looking very interesting. I'm not sure why.
There's some things happening there that...
Some things happening. I hope these are little things that, that you all are interested in.
Look at that. That's a transfer. Shall we discuss why that happened?
And look at in between.
I know.
Look at what's
You've got
picking.
something.
There's some other stuff there from the other. Can you see in the middle of the circles?
Yes.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Do y'all want to discuss this? I do.
I think I'm going to let that dry.
I think you should.
And it's not that I've got other because I think it might be really it's enough, and it's equally distributed.
Oh, totally not a silly question, Monroe. Is it better to get a 9x12 stencil for an 8x10? Or, let's say, to get full coverage without the border? Or does the 8x10 completely cover without? Okay, don't tell Brad. But, so, Brad would love everything to be super standard, and I try to do that to the best of my ability. But let me just say that sometimes when I am in charge of the 8x10s, there's some, variation. It just kind of depends on what works, what I'm feeling. It's a feeling thing. And, so, that being said, it's not always standard. You may want to just kind of check out which stencils kind of look which way, because you can kind of tell. Typically, because you can tell by the borders, like how is there a thicker area around the margin. That's going to happen. Most of the time, the 8x10s will run up to the edge of the gel plate. Some other things to consider about like an 8x10 gel plate is over time, they do distort. They get spread out a little bit, and so it's not going to be spot on, like, into it anyway, right?
Okay, while she's talking about that, what I would like for you to notice is what I just did here. This is a
9x12.
By 12. This is a...
No.
The stencil.
Okay, yes, that stencil is a 9x12. That gel plate is a 9x12.
Yes. All right, now let me bring over the...
If you do not want borders for sure, order the 9x12 stencil for your 8x10 plate.
Yes.
We unfortunately don't have the cutting ability to go any... I mean, we could go to square ones, which then the design itself would be inside of a 12x12, which would be 11.5 and 11.5. But then we'd have to change up a lot of our, kind of packaging, shipping. There would be some alterations that we would have to take into consideration here. So we haven't really expanded out to that 12x12, even though some companies do sell in fact, they sell all of their stencils in a square-ish.
Okay, now what I'm going to do here, because it just lends itself to what Mariah was talking about here.
Hey, Mariah.
Because this is an 8x10 plate.
Right.
Okay? You can see how the stencil, it goes over the edge.
Yeah.
These are not so good for the flop-offs, because it's really hard to get paint out here to this floppy part. I mean, you can if you hold it underneath, but, who wants to do that? I don't want to do that.
Well, you could, but what you need to do is you would put your paint down first. So you would really be pulling your paint from the plate versus pushing your paint through the stencil. And then still utilizing the stencil, right? Because there's two ways to approach it. Paint first down onto gel plate.
Yeah.
Down. You can still pull that up. You will still get that flop off.
Well, you get the flop off either way. It's just that you'll have a neater edge to it. Right.
If you did it this way, you get a little kind of iffy on where you're hitting on the stencil.
So you may not get that.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that makes sense. Because
Monroe, did we confuse you further or answer question? I want to know.
Sometimes that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. All right, let's
Hello, Janice.
I need to look over here and see what I've got as far as my prints are concerned. I think this looks so cool.
It really
Now,
does.
look what's happening here with the water soluble. A while ago, you couldn't see those at all.
Are these
It
markers?
was just random.
Markers?
I don't know what. That was just all of them that was in that big box of stuff that you gave me. You gave me a box full of markers
To go through.
And it was every brand, every whatever. So
the rando box.
The rando box. But you can tell some of those that are reactivate are your.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, especially with that mix that she had with the airbrush medium, because again, it's more, it's not water, but it is more liquidy. So therefore, it is going to activate paints and any other water-based medium.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with black open. And I don't know if I've got another.
Is that the carbon black?
I might just black this out. I don't like this print at all. I really, it just.
Oh.
Yeah, this is carbon black. This is the really dense one. The bone black is the one that is like.
Sorry, gray, bluey black.
Gray, yeah. Gray brownie, actually.
I think it's more bluey.
Yeah, it isn't bluey. I'll get it out.
She's going to prove me wrong.
I am, but I'm not right now. And I'll probably forget.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, want to get, plenty out here. Put the lid back on your paint.
Ooh, and welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we could say hello back.
Pinky hands, pinky hands.
Pinky hello hands. We love those very much. But if you are watching in the replay, let us know in the comments below. Most of all, though, if you want to hang out in the background, you don't have to chit-chat. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Thumbsy upsies, though, are very much appreciated. And if you want to share this stream, we love you for that, too. Listen to that little...
Yeah. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning up this edge. Wiping off my palette knife. A lot prouder of my palette knives after I looked at the price of them. These are so old. That,
yeah.
I don't remember them being that expensive back in the day.
Well, 40 or so years or more.
Not that long.
I am 47.
Well, I don't know that I had those when you were.
Oh, you think these were maybe Freona timeline or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
so 30 years.
Yeah.
We'll give her 30.
All right. So you can see here, Monroe, what was it Monroe that was asking this? Okay, you can see what's happening here.
Love it. Don't drag it across.
Oh, I did a little bit.
It's trickier.
Did a little bit,
that's
but
okay.
that's all right.
Happy birthday, Marge. You will be 59 tomorrow. Carrie has been using black gesso instead of black acrylic paint as it is a better price point.
How's that going?
I think he's happy. And Dawn wants to know which gesso.
Cool looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think what we're going to do is a reverse pop off here. I don't know if you... Gosh darn it. I've got fingers that have black paint on them.
This is the tricky part about using the open paints as they are,
All right, so I put the stencil down. Now I'm putting the paper on top of it. And I'm okay with this because it's going to... Let's see what happens here.
Oh, and then Becky suggested purple on that one print. Or is that the print? No, that's not the print. But look at that. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, just remember, if you're using these open
Hey,
paints,
Deb.
don't be flopping stuff down on top of them.
Yeah.
All right, what we're going to try is we're going to try this. The big one's down there, so I'll put that one up here. Oh, God dang it.
Hi, Jackie. Sugar biscuit. Very nice. And you can see
Looks
how wet
cool.
that is. I'm going to turn us back on.
And you can see how many prints I'm getting here. With this one. And I still have stuff on my
Yeah, and be careful. I see the paint right next to your brayer. Yeah, see, this is how.
Yeah, this is how it happens. This is how the arm ends up with, you know, and I go to the doctor's office and
You're like, are you okay?
oh.
Yeah, that's fine. That's paint. It's not a rash. We're good. Ooh. And good. Now, were you aware of positioning?
I went for the big circle. The big circle is my guiding.
Okay, good.
My guiding force here. So I you know.
Yeah. This one is a little easier to know because some of the more repeated patterns are harder to tell which is going to be the opposite direction.
Now, I'm going to let this dry, and it will require some time because I want you to see some of the cool stuff in the middle of the big circles. Can you see that?
That's puckering.
Yeah.
I call that puckering because really what happens again is because it went...
Let me do this. That's better.
Right. It went to areas where there's paint, and this is that texture that is created when you have kind of paint, wet paint going to dry paint, and it creates that kind of sectiony, puckery little puckering. I don't know of any other word.
I don't either.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat. Y'all know something more technical or better descriptive. More descriptive.
Right. Now, I've got this paper.
No, mine was on the 20th. Tomorrow's my wedding
anniversary. It's already got some stuff on it.
And tomorrow's Margie's birthday. Puckering, puckery. Yes. It's a whole lot of puckering going on.
So what I'm doing right now is probably, it's not going to be the end print, but it will be adding some interesting shapes to the background here. But you can see how much paint I'm still getting off of this. Now, I did use a fairly, you know, I used a lot of paint. Because I think that this is, ooh, did you see what happened there?
Yeah.
You got to kind of be careful now. Did it mess it up? Yeah, a little bit. That's all right. Remember, this is just the first layer. But it's kind of doing a twofer here. I'm kind of keeping my stencil clean.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for hanging.
And also getting some good stuff down for a future print. And it really works better if you do it on the plate because it doesn't scoot around like like what just happened there.
Yes.
Because the plate would have grabbed that edge.
Yeah.
So.
But you didn't have an open plate.
Well, I kind of do, but I just didn't grab it because, I don't know, I was being lazy. Okay. Yeah, and if I hadn't had that one, you know, oopsie there, you wouldn't know that it wasn't pulled from the...
Well, and this is layer one. I mean, by the time you get things on it, it may not even
Yeah, it may not even be that.
a thing.
Okay, now I've totally messed up my...
We do have the spray now, so
Oh, good. Well, we need to spray my...
if you want to re-up your sticky.
Because my sticky ain't sticking anymore.
I mean, that's really what you want about something sticky is that it's sticky.
Okay, I'm going to try to mop some of this up so that my arm does not...
Hola, Carolina!
All right, now we're going to...
Alyssa loves the baby wipe technique. There's something satisfying about it.
It really honestly is, and you feel very virtuous.
Saving that paint.
Saving your paint,
kind of
cleaning up your stencil a little bit.
It's a twofer.
And actually it's a threefer because once you've got that down, it kind of lets you know what you need to do next. So it's information. Information. Okay. Now, I think I'm pretty much done with the black for now, but I'm going to go ahead and brayer it off on this paper because I really do like the black as a background for something else.
We love cabbage and sausage.
It's really one of my...
Rosemary makes fried cabbage and smoked kielbasa. We do that too.
We do that.
Now, here's the other little thing. I actually make the cabbage, and this is sort of, it just kind of evolved. Remember? It's been an evolution of just how we make the cabbage. I know y'all want to hear all about this, but I'm going to tell you because I'm really excited about it. Is in the wok. And then I have my wok sort of seasoned towards the curry situation. And so it really does make quite the difference by utilizing that. And then we use butter and curry. So it's curried cabbage. Not for everybody, but we love it.
Yeah, we need to do that because we've got some, maybe we should do that with Steven. I don't know if they like cabbage or not.
Susie, you still here? You want some?
Susie, does that sound like a good thing to make when you guys come?
I don't think she does like the cabbage from what I remember.
I just remember, I think she said something, but she might have changed her mind.
She might have.
Yeah.
Bye, Anthony. Thanks for hanging.
Anthony, I love your book, and I want you to know
he's happy to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah,
basically what he said.
Okay, I'm just spreading this out because if I don't, it's...
Oh, I like cabbage. I really do. And as long as it's not like...
And I love sauerkraut too. And I've made my own sauerkraut, and it's so yummy.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it never ever lasts long enough. I don't let it ferment because it's so yummy. But it's crunchy. It's not like the stuff that you get at the store that's soggy.
Yeah.
It's crunchy. It's wonderful. Okay, I'm pretty well cleaned up here. Let's
Did y'all enjoy that? Little cabbage talk while cleaning.
While cleaning. Okay. Now, these are prints that I have decided need more of something. You know, I don't know what.
We used to call these IDKs, but, now we know what to do with them.
We do.
More.
I mean, I've got this white business going on here.
Those of you that have been around a while understand what IDK is. Why we think that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, you want to talk about, what's going to happen in those. It almost looks like lightning. Look, it got struck at the top. It's like, it's crackling down.
Yeah.
My suggestion, just for, because we are streaming live to folks and some that watch in the replay, for like a big ooh-ah kind of moment, would be to actually just do one of your little washout things in the cracks of that first, and then do whatever next
and then
thing.
Decide.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that, Mariah. I think that's a really good idea.
And the reason I say that is because if you want to take full advantage of, because there's not a ton of white paper showing right now.
And it's kind of in cool places, too.
Yeah. So I don't know that you would, take full advantage of those by doing like a glaze or something else on the gel plate. So the best thing to do would be to get a washout on it, because it will soak into those areas and I think really highlight them if she uses the right color.
Okay, well, that's going to be the next thing that we talk about here. And you don't have to put this down. You know, I don't know. I really like my big plates for this because then I don't have to line it up with the edges of the.
I tell you, we need to go visit Lynn one day, or actually for like a week.
Where does she live?
Well, she lives. Remember, she's in that kind of North Carolina area. Like, is it below or above Asheville? But they weren't hit as hard as like a lot of other people. They lost their utilities because she was letting people know in the thing. But overall, like that's the main thing. Like they didn't have tons of damage. Lynn.
Grumpy Gnome.
Yes.
Well, I didn't.
Sorry.
I just, you know.
Silver Granny.
Silver Granny. Grumpy Gnome. Lynn.
Lynn.
Yeah. Okay. So now I've got room to, you know, go a little overboard here. Okay, we'll put these aside for now.
I didn't know, like, I don't.
All right. So what are we going to do here?
I think the right answer is kind of one of the more vibrant orangey, like red iron oxide or, you know, something of that nature because it goes so well with the purple. And if you kind of do it in a more buffing situation, I don't know if you want to cover the whole thing because that's going to, you're going to lose a lot of the purple. And I don't know if that's full on what you want to do at this point. But
well, I've got that. I think these are, I should just put these together.
Yes. Combo those.
And really, then I've got room over there for another.
Ooh. Jennifer is doing washouts on the back of medical tissue paper and another drawing on Yasutomo. Ooh, which one? Like, is it the Yasutomo sketch or is there, like, did you get the Hanshi or the... Which one do you have?
Got some wiggly things here. I don't know exactly. Okay. Now.
Yeah.
That still has a little bit in the bottom here. Let's go ahead and rinse that out with a little bit of oil.
No paint is left behind.
But I do think I'm going to retire this container. It will go into recycle.
Yeah.
But it's all gummed up. I don't feel like soaking it and getting all that crud off of there.
Hey, Lisa Mingus.
But see, I could tell that there was some stuff stuck down in the bottom, which
it settles.
Felt like, was some really good stuff. And I still haven't emptied up a container to use the balls.
Look at all that good stuff. I know y'all, there's kind of
a little clunky.
Was it chunky?
It's chunky. Okay.
There's more settling than one just
than one realized, but I did get most of it out of the bottom, I can tell there. All right. Take that down to the
Oh, that was good, Liz.
All right, now I'm really going to try to do what Mariah said here. But I'm just going to tell you, it isn't the easiest thing to do.
How are you feeling about that?
I don't know. I'm going to squeeze a little out here and see.
I like it.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm
Colleen.
down with that. And I'm going to use kind of a big brush because I think what will be easier to do what Mariah said, to buff it out, than if I have a little tiny brush.
You know, I don't know the answer to that, Miriam and Carolina. I think if you watch in a replay, and depending on your settings, like, so it takes a while for the videos, number one, to render, and then for closed captioning to be available, which I do turn on. Now, again, the timing of when YouTube does that, we have no control over. But once closed captioning has been taken care of, a lot of times you, as the viewer, then can change your closed captioning to your language. Miriam, can you make that translation? And thank you.
Hey, I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
You're doing
here.
a fabulous job. This is the way to do it. Little blob off to the side.
Rather than just, usually I just squirt it out there.
But that was gonna, see those areas around where she's hitting are affecting the purple. And you want to kind of keep that. So this dry-ish brush technique is buffering it, or
really,
buffing it.
Circular, motion is really important also, because that helps it not just be one line. And then I'm going to try something else here that I've never done before.
Oh, Lisa says she has adapted peas water and mixing up of leftover paint to create wash. She has found it very useful for many applications. And that is true. Like, you can use it for all sorts of things.
You really can. Now, what I'm doing out here is I'm coming in and hitting it after I've got some stuff down, so that I can, get rid of that halo and get my purple back.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Miriam, for doing that. Oh, and Eddie's on it too. All right, I love it.
Because the reason I can do that is because it's going down into the white paper there, right? Everybody got that?
Yeah.
And I can wipe off around it without wiping it out, because it's already saturated down into the paper.
Yes.
So I can get off.
Now, if you do like what it's doing, you can leave it there and it will dry eventually.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you can do the wipey thing and get back more of what's underneath.
Yeah.
In the painted areas.
Yeah. Okay, I think that looks pretty...
I love it. That is exactly kind of what I wanted, that glowy... Yes.
It emphasizes the white area. It looks a little bit more done, more finished, more purposeful, I think.
Yeah.
And you can see on the back side. Can you see where it went through?
Oh, yeah, that looks cool too. So if you went heavier, it would push through. Here's the other thing. So,
yeah.
Like what Lisa Mingus, or was it, somebody was saying, oh, wait, it was the back. Okay, hold on. My brain. Jennifer was saying that, she's done the washout on the back. So if you wanted to come from the back, it would push through and it'll look a little different. Now, what you have to be careful about that, like with a print like what she had, is that it will alter the purple more so because you're saturating all of the paper.
Yeah, the back of the paper.
Where, see, what's happening, if you do it on top of where paint is, you can wipe that away more so.
Yeah, because, and the thing is because this is an opaque color, I think you're going to get less of that, but you're still going to get some depending on the color that you use. Good point. Good point. Okay.
Marcia says, what a cool technique.
Thank you.
Hello, Ellen.
I appreciate that. And it's not an original. I watched somebody else do it, but they don't do it like they just did theirs
like
around the edge.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I can do that out in the middle of the print if I want to.
Very rarely does anything, happen like as a, oh my God, you were the first one to ever do that. But application matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the trick. Don't wet your surfaces down if you'd like to use your tape.
There you go. There's some takeaway for today.
Just a little, just a little bit of. I'm not even going to bother with that blue down there because I'm not going to go down there anyway.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about it right now. And I'm thinking that whatever that is, it's on the other side. I don't know. This is like cleaning windows.
You really don't know which way it works. I was cleaning the shower. Like I said, we cleaned. We were in need of it.
Mariah's got shoulder injuries.
I do. like from the glass cleaning thing.
Cleaning makes you ugly.
But yeah, the shower, sometimes it's hard to tell because it's glass doors and stuff. You don't know if it's kind of happened on one side or the other.
All right. We're back to looking at our prints and deciding what
One of our favorite things to do here at PM Art Studio.
Looking at
this
prints.
is picking through piles.
Picking through piles.
Moving piles, picking through piles. Have you seen this? Let's look at this one again. How many times have we seen this one?
I have a terribly itchy nose.
I'm just letting the peoples know what they're getting themselves into.
Okay. Well, now see, this would be another one to do that with.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move my plate out of the way while I'm dithering about
super
here
fun, Estella. Tell her happy birthday.
with my prints.
And
Okay.
welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Get those thumbsy upsies if you haven't. I know some of them if you haven't because I'm looking at the likes and I'm just saying. If you forgot, it's okay.
I think this is I think this is a pickup. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell. I think it's a pickup. All right, now this is, but it's smooth. All except I can feel a little bumpy thing right there. But this is a very smooth print. So both of these would be good candidates for
Smooth
over
operator.
the stencil. Now, this one is not
Bumpy.
bumpy. But here's what I want to do with this one. I love this pink. But it's just, it's dry. I want to up its...
You want it silky.
I want it silky. I want the suavecito vibe to it. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay. Get out here. Because that'll just be something that goes really fast and messed up my glasses when I scratched my nose.
That's what you get.
Karma.
Is a smudger.
And I'm going to make it in there to the glasses place.
We both need to go. I need.
Because it's still touching my chubby cheeks. I keep trying to tell these people what they need to do. And they don't listen to me.
I think you need more of an over the head kind of, steampunk science kind of, like so they come here and you can kind of, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I was envisioning a helmet.
Yeah.
Kind of up there.
Like you're working into your hat.
This is true. I'll tell you what, I've got to do something about my headphones because I think I'm getting cauliflower ear on this one side. Because I just take this one off because I can't hear out of this one anyway. It doesn't work.
See, so your whole helmet could you need glass things, you need ear things. It's sort of.
I just think it's going to make my head sweat. And if my hair looks cute.
And maybe if it had like some air conditioning.
That'd be true. Airflow would be good.
A real steampunk situation.
Steampunk situation. All right, so here's what I'm thinking here. We know we want to
hey, dog.
Make the pink look pinker. Just a minute, I gotta move some stuff out of the way here. Where is my hot pink? Oh, I'm getting low on the hot pink. And I don't think it's gonna do much to the
Don't you have another? You have more of that stuff underneath.
Yeah, I do. It's in this drawer over here.
Yeah.
A little bitty, itty bitty, a little trinket there. Cute little bugger. I do have more of this, and I need to leave this upside down.
Yeah.
That's very satisfying.
Is it? Maybe for you. Let us know in the chat if you're getting satisfied.
Look at those cool little...
Now that's fun.
Yeah.
What are you going to do
Okay,
about
I'm going
that?
to turn it upside down so that I can get the rest of it out of there.
Yeah. Exactly, Darcy. Exactly.
Now, see, putting that piece of paper underneath there helps me decide where I'm going to brayer to.
Oh, this is the Shuttle Arts. They kind of, remember, it is in our recommended recommended paint supplies over there on Amazon through our affiliate stuff. But they are the Shuttle Arts. What are they called? These are the color change ones.
Yeah. And I suspect they're all coming from the same source.
We have suspicions. Nothing confirmed. These are suspicions only.
Yeah. I think they just slapped a tag on them.
We got a couple of Dons, yes. Actually, a few, I think. All the Dons are here.
The Dawn's early light.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. There you go. Now she made it more suavecito. The whole thing's a little more shiny.
And look what I have there.
Transfer.
And that lets you know that there was a lot of very tactile surface delineation created.
Delineation. Surface delineation. Are you hearing that on any other?
I'll write that down in here.
I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it down.
She's gonna write it down.
I don't know what for, but I feel like it's something I should remember.
I think you're absolutely right. I'm going to just pick this up right now with this.
I should also verify if delineation is really the right word, but I feel like it's a good start.
I'm happy I don't have to spell it.
Yeah, I'm struggling here a little bit, but I got enough there that I think I can Google it.
I don't know if this is it.
Oh, Marcia says, if you don't get to use the line marks Stencil today, would you please use it in a stream soon?
What?
Line marks. That's the one, that's Miriam's.
Check it out.
I think, did she show it? I'm trying to see if she has it hanging, like, right here, or if it's over in the stack. It should be towards the top of the
I don't know which one it is.
She doesn't know by name.
I don't know the name.
Okay, it's the one that you...
Did I use it already?
Yeah, because you actually created it. You turned it into the Stencil. It's Miriam's stencil, but then you Stenciled it, and then we put it in the shop.
Did I show it already?
It's been a while. A little while.
Was it the one that I had out today?
But it has, like, the like, fingery looking business on the... Yeah, that one. That's the one. That's the one I want to see. Now, I will tell you that this most likely is the original, your cut version.
Oh.
Just judging by its size, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so. I think it was one that you gave me that was like...
Yeah, because it is fitting inside of the thing.
See?
Where hers would have ran right to the edge. Her
yeah, it would have come out to the edge here.
Yeah. I just like to tell people that so that way they're like, hey, mine's not coming out to the edge. Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, and I don't know what we lost down here on this little corner, but
she might have.
You know, it's when you cut them out yourself, you don't have to follow any specific guidelines.
Yeah.
You just, you know, do it like you want to do it.
Do it like you want to do it.
Alrighty.
Oh, awesome. Monroe's got it.
All right. I think this would be a good candidate for this.
There was stomping happening. What's happening?
I'm waiting for you to let me know. Well, here. Well, but I don't want to lift that up again.
Oh,
because it's going to leave a lot of it there. This is a big, fat, wide.
Yes.
And I need to have something down here. Okay, I'll just put this. No, I don't really want that one.
All right, we got 20 minutes to work this out. I think we can do it.
Okay. All right, let's do this one as the flop off.
Okay. I think you should do that like the new purple.
With white.
Oh.
Because, see, white would work here.
Yes.
White would work here.
Do it.
Oh, that's my knee.
Mm-hmm. There's a
whacking into the table leg. I'll tell you what, I've never used this much white before. Oh my goodness, I can't do that.
Oh, very nice, Lynn. Very nice.
I need to refill my white jar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm telling you what, I'm getting down to the bottom of my first big jar of white. Did you know that?
Well, you've been using a lot lately.
I have, and you all better get those 10,000 or I'm going to use it all.
What she's alluding to is that when we do hit our 10,000 subscriber mark, we will be doing a big old giveaway. Part of that giveaway is that because they sent us a lot of duplicates of paint for the Golden Seconds program. So we're going to pass that along to y'all because, you know, there's just no way that she's going to get to it.
No. No way. Okay.
Although,
now,
as she talked about there, she's been hitting the white pretty hard.
Been hitting the white pretty hard. All right, now what I'm going to do here is try to do some cool stuff with my black. And get my brayer cleaned off of the...
Yeah.
See what happens? See those little marks out there?
Yeah.
If you don't get that off your brayer, then it's going to be on your next print.
It creates texture.
Yeah. And it also creates a lot of wet stuff. All right, now I need to get this down here. Now this is the difficult part with this little job.
Oh, bye, Jennifer. She's fixing to go trim the hedges. We need to do that too. Well, Brad needs to. That's his job. I don't like the thing. I don't like the noise it makes.
Got to be careful with this.
Yes. The Frankenstenciler person added some difficulty to the pulling it up. She didn't make them go all in one direction. You can see, like, on either side, they point in different directions. So either which way that you choose, they're not all swimming the same way in the stream. That's what I'm saying.
No, they're not. Oh, okay. Can't you
aerodynamics?
Pull that off.
Aerodynamics. They matter in more ways than you realize. That's lovely, though. Okay, what am I supposed to do with it now?
Yeah. Here, okay, you can hand it back to me.
Okay, there's the print.
Oop.
I got a little bit on me.
You need to...
No, I'm good.
If you don't have a Baron and you want one, you need to order it from Anthony.
That's right.
Don't you be getting that Baron anywhere else. Okay, so let's see what we got here. How this turned out.
Lovely.
I'm just absolutely loving it. It made the print.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just feeling that. Okay, I'm
hey,
gonna
Kathy.
get this down here because it's kind of already mucked about anyway. Okay, that's wet.
Oh.
What?
Darcy found her Baron, but she's still looking for her nested circle stamps. That's funny, Marcia. I agree with this. Ooh.
I knew that it needed something. I just didn't know what, but I think that really just...
And now, one other thing to just think about, like, if you're like, okay, wow, this is more contrast than I wanted, the next layer that would be kind of cool is if you went over it in, like, a blue glaze or glazed it with something.
All right, well, let's do that, and we'll just leave what's on the plate here. On the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh, I was going to do this one, Mariah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm happy with this. I think maybe I'll go ahead and pull it with that.
There you go.
Boy, we're getting a lot of nice prints today, I must say, even though, you know, it'd be nice if somebody else said that besides me. I'm always
Wow,
saying,
you're getting some really nice prints today. I mean, you're just showing everybody at home the versatility of not only your ability to pick stencils, layer them, but then your paint choices are above and beyond.
yeah, that.
That. Yes.
That. Okay, that was one of my painting mediums.
The mixy mediums.
The painting mixy mediums.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know that this is going to be the one.
No, you were supposed to do it on that other one, but okay.
I know, but see, I wanted to do this one with that other one, but I think we can still. This has more stuff on it.
Yeah.
The other one that I want over there, I mostly just want the blue stuff.
I got you.
But hopefully, this is going to be picking up some of that white and kind of, you know,
Doing what you want it to do.
yeah, messing up the blue.
This is sort of the reverse of what I was talking about with the other. But yes. Subtle.
And that meaty, okay, this is probably going to muck
Her
it up,
mixture is what she's
my
trying.
mixture, that airbrush stuff creates that lovely, glossy, shiny surface that I like so much.
I do love that. It really
It
makes
intensifies. It's almost like glass.
Yes. I was going to say it adds a watery. Like
Watery,
water.
underwatery effect. Oh, check that out.
Oh, and well done picking this print because it had the right amount of see, because it does the crazing because it's, you know, more watery, so it starts to, some people say, sell out, not sell out. It's funny.
Okay, I don't think that's going to make a whole lot of difference there. I don't think that one is either.
Hey Liz, no worries. No, remember you guys have there's a time change that has happened in Europe and not here yet.
I don't know that it's going to be able to pick up anything here. We're probably right down to the area where we just need to make
Bye, Christy. Thanks for hanging.
pull stuff off and, you know, do a, I don't know, did some.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nothing to write home about. Okay, we'll just trade out the thing because I don't need to spend time cleaning that off and
Yeah.
putting something down.
You've got 12 minutes.
But it is going to have
There's some filmy stuff there that's
filmy stuff there that once it's really, really dry, then I'll be able to get down something that contrasts with it, and that'll be lovely.
Hi, Sandy.
Okay, now, where's my blue?
Blue, blue, blue.
With the airbrush medium.
That was the one that you used earlier.
One I used earlier.
Please keep
And I'm
them.
going to put it on the one that Mariah wanted me to put it on. That,
Yeah, but it's good that you don't have a bunch of other stuff mixed in there because there's enough going on that print.
There's enough. I just need to get a nice surface going on that. And this is a good thing to do to that. Crap that is. But you can see we are getting slight crazing going on here.
Bye, Lynn. No worries. Thanks for hanging. There you go. Very subtle, But do you see how it just toned it back ever so slightly? So now it feels a little more like, you know, it was more purposeful rather than just something on top.
And if you can see that, can you see how it's sort of glistening in between some of the line design?
Yeah.
By the stencil? That's what I think is really super cool. And I like it a lot. Okay, so this has a little bit of mucky muck on it, but you know, it'll be okay. Okay, what's our time here?
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
I like that blue one. It
I
kind
do
of
too.
gives a
Now
it gives a like a, what am I trying, indigo dyed fabric kind of feel to it.
It does. It really, really does. I mean, I'm gonna bring that back. That was a really good point, Mariah. Look at that.
Batiqued.
Batik. Yeah, and I was talking to Mark, and he said he has batiking materials in his studio.
I saw that in the, Mark wrote us a very nice letter.
That was, oh, what a nice letter.
Made us cry. Didn't make Brad cry. But, you know.
Oh, he wants
2 out of 3. He's like, why were you crying? I'm like, 'cause it made me happy.
Yes, I mean, you know, when people write,
because I told Brad, I was like,
you.
I told Brad, I said it might make you cry. It didn't get him though. He's a little more even keeled than us.
He doesn't have hormones surging through his body.
He doesn't have quite the heightened level of emotional, which is good because really around here
it's nice we don't to have somebody.
Yes.
Not weeping into the.
Yeah, if we all were walking around weeping, I think that it'd be something to.
Well, I'm seeing this, and I'm kind of thinking maybe it's little stuff that's flaking off of my brayer.
You know what's funny? Remember, we've mentioned this before. It's the white paint. Remember? Because we were like,
now I've got blobs over here.
That white paint does some weird, flaky, blobby. It creates this situation.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. Okay, Eddie's a crier too. Oh yeah. Like, I mean, there are ones that I'm like, oh, turn it, because even if I know, it still gets me. In fact, sometimes it gets me worse because I know. That's beautiful. It's like it's just dipped in water.
It's very aquatic. Yes. Pardon me. I like that. I like that a lot.
And you got to transfer.
And I got to transfer.
Not a very exciting one, but it counts. They count. I don't know that I wanted you to do that. What you just did there, but okay.
I think it's getting more interesting all the time, Mariah.
I was just very happy with its last version, but that's I could still deal with this. I want you to leave it alone.
Okay, I'll leave it alone.
Oh God, that one. Oh, every time.
What?
Every time. The Sarah McLachlan, SP. I think it was an SPCA ad or whatever, but oh, yeah. Or like the other thing that really gets me is if somebody else is talking and they start to get emotional and I can hear it in their voice, I will then. So I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You know, it's kind of like when people yawn and you yawn with them. It's that emotional, or it's not emotional, but it's like a sympathetic
response.
Empathy. Yeah. I'm overly empathized.
Hard to figure this one out sometimes.
It is. You have to put your finger on the thicker parts to tell. The thinner parts are harder to figure out, I think.
Yeah, okay. I think I got it. All right, now we're going to do something because I don't know what this is I've got going out here, but I really like it.
Yeah.
And I think it looks very, you know, like light and something wispy there. I have another stencil but I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to spend 5 minutes with 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, because you only got 5.
I've got 5 minutes. So I need to get some heavy duty yellow down out here.
Joyce, so the side that goes down is the grippy, or like right where you feel it cupping.
It has just a little tiny edge around where this is. I can feel it when I run my fingers over it. And here's my feeling. I do not know this to be true.
This is not. These are not like proven facts.
And nobody else has ever said this. But because of the way the Cricut cuts, it does create a beveled edge on one side. And on the other side, of course, you know, it's the opposite. So it's got little grippy fingers.
Okay, and she has noticed that. Okay, she's with you.
So I put that down, especially if it's a brand new stencil, because my feeling is that's like cupping and holding it down to keep it from.
Do not let this make you crazy.
Yeah, don't let it.
It's not like a super game changer by any means. No. And once you have paint on it, it really is not.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I want yellow, but I'm trying to find the yellow that I want, because the yellow that I want must be... Yeah, opaque. I want it to be opaque. So this is my Naples yellow hue. And I think that just means that it's, you know, it.
Oh, the reason that they use hue is that it is based on a, what am I trying to say? It's based on colors that you used to have really bad, like, you know, cadmium or, you know, things like that in it. So they are historical. There we go. That's the word. Historical colors made like to match the color, but not have all the bad stuff in it. Like, you know, lead paint and things, you know, that sort of. You know,
poisonous ingredients.
Yeah.
For those of you that lick your brush and that kind of stuff.
And if Susan's still here, see, she'll know. She'll hook us up with some knowledge. I am quite sure of that, because I feel like I have seen something from Susan before regarding the information about hue, why they say hue. Or I'm putting her on the spot. Susan can handle it. Hello, Veronica. Hey, Sophia. Hue just means it's a manufactured version of a traditional color. A healthier replacement or some chemicals are no longer available / safe. Yeah. See, that's what I was trying to say.
That.
Don't lick your paintbrushes. It's true. She does it sometimes, though.
I don't
worry about it a little bit.
Anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was good.
Oh. I like that about you, Monroe. All right, last one.
Hopefully it's going to be a really good one. I hate to end on, you know, some mediocre piece of crap. Yeah. I'll just go back through my really good brush real quick. So
yeah,
if this sucks.
Oh, everybody's in a cleaning mode. Yeah, we were too, Sophia. No worries. Look at that.
I'm pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that too. It has the things, you know, it's got the colors and
you know, I
shiny and
I wish that it had more. Look at it, just looks so good with the blue.
Yeah.
All right, so now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this aside and let it dry all the way. So
that we can save that for later.
Save it for later. And get this back over here where you can more easily appreciate it. And then we have this over here.
I like that too.
See, there's one of those little.
It's the white paint. It creates this goobery situation.
Little gummy goos, I guess. I don't know. I'm going with you because I don't have another explanation for it.
But we had remember we kind of started picking up on that.
When we were doing the long haul. And we would have those things showed up.
Yes.
Out in the middle where there wasn't any design.
That's right. So
yeah.
It's that. All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with us once again. We will be back here tomorrow for some Mariah Makes, Monday business. I got my little bookie thing. I got some ideas. Just some fun little thing that I got, in my brain because Marsha Merkel sent me some cool stuff. And I haven't even told this one over here because I had this idea this morning. So fun stuff to be had tomorrow. But thank you for hanging out today.
Am I still supposed to stamp for you?
That would be super. But I would rather you clean.
Okay.
There we go. We got that worked out.
Bummer.
Thanks for hanging. We'll see you back tomorrow. Love you like a
long haul.